Well, hello everybody, Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular, is here talking about something that, we mostly all have if we're coin collectors and or coin roll hunters in our possessions, and if we love metals too. We have some of the base metals in our stack that we just hoard away for a rainy day. We wonder why we do it sometimes, especially our spouses probably go like, what do you have those bags of pre-zinc cents for, right? They probably don't call them that. They call them probably bags of pennies, right, is what they say. But we keep these bags, and I'm guilty of it. I have several bags of these things. And I mean like bank bags, huge. I don't even know how much they weigh. Bags of these pre-zinc cents. Because why? Because we know that they're worth more than just 1 cent. They have extra value to them. And if you remember, in your lifetime, whoever's watching this video right now, something else was actually worth quite a bit more than its face value. Actually, just a couple years ago. I'm going to write it on this paper right here so you can see it loud and proud. It's Nick. Remember Nick? Oh, wait, my bad. Nickel. Remember? Nickel. Nickel. Remember nickel cents? Remember those things? Just in 2022, man, those things had actually skyrocketed in price. And nickels were worth way more than their face value. And people were hoarding them. And, all pretty much change was worth more at that time. It was a very interesting time. It was hard to get the stuff. A lot of times different trade routes were just kind of being halted, and the value of metals was going up and up and up, and the demand for them also was going up and up and up, and people were hoarding these away. You probably saw many times places saying that we aren't giving out change right now due to the hoarding that was happening. And nickel was a very interesting thing, being worth 3, sometimes even 4 times as much as their face value. Very, very crazy. And you wonder, is that going to happen again with the demand of this stuff right here? And even, copper. The demand of this stuff is high. We need it more than ever because it's useful in a lot of things going on in our everyday lives. And let me explain a little bit deeper right now. All right, let me take you over to my computer for some more information, and I want to take this moment to introduce you to this video sponsor and what I feel like is one of this generation's best opportunities. Right here, Alaska Energy Metals. Now, if you followed my channel, you know how recently it was discussed that the price of nickel was through the roof just 2 years ago in 2022, and in fact, people were literally hoarding United States nickel coins because they were worth 2, 3 times, sometimes 4 times their face value. Why is nickel so important, you might ask? Well, nickel is mainly used in the production of stainless steel and other alloys and can be found in food preparation equipment, mobile phones, medical equipment, transport, buildings, power generation, aerospace components, and national defense. That's kind of a big thing right now. The biggest producers of nickel are Indonesia, the Philippines, Russia, New Caledonia, Australia, Canada, Brazil, China, and Cuba. And you notice an issue with those countries I mentioned? Yeah, well, they're not in the United States, and most are not free trade countries, and some are hostile. So we must import our nickel from the countries, which adds to the cost. Also, many of the big countries that produce and import nickel to the United States are in a bit of a financial war with us at the moment with the creation of the BRICS nations. So the solution, you might ask, what do we do? How about a motherload of nickel right here in the great state of Alaska via property owned by Alaska Energy Metals? What's better? Now, Alaska Energy Metals is a publicly traded company with the ticker symbol AKEMF in the OTC markets at just around 20 cents a share today. I'm going to show you that right there. 20 cents a share, or just 4 nickels. It's an impressive potential that I'll be mentioning, and this could be one of the right times to nab Alaska Energy Metals stock as it's on the rise. And you can actually look today; it did pretty well, a few cents up. And actually up 15.80% today. Pretty darn good in just a day's time. Who are they and what do they do? So here's info directly from their website, and we can actually scroll down to see this stuff right here. And I'll have this information down in the description of the video so you can come to their website and look it over at your leisure and kind of do some research on your own as well. So Alaska Energy Metals is a company with projects domestically in Alaska, and they've got an experienced Alaskan management team. Drilling has confirmed a large amount of nickel located at their projects, and they have strong financial backing, mining and construction friendly jurisdiction. We're going to describe that a little bit more in depth too as we go through here. So Alaska Energy Metals Nikolai project, if we go here to the Nikolai project, we can get all the information from their website right here, the Nikolai project, and learn what this is all about. Now right here is what I really want to talk about, and it's in the first little paragraph that explains what's going on with the Nikolai project. But it has an indicated resource of 3.9 billion pounds of nickel and an inferred resource of 4.2 billion pounds of nickel at 0.29% nickel equivalent and 27% nickel equivalent. The metal concentration is not high, but it's a big deposit, and it seems promising that it can be expanded through further drilling. So here's something interesting that I found out, that if you ever heard of some fellow named Jeff Bezos and another fellow named Bill Gates, many of us have whatever we want to say about those guys, but they are part of a team that has purchased mining data from Alaska Energy Metals, this company we're talking about right here, and for their own mining property, which borders the Nikolai project. That's Cobalt Metals, and it's a private company, and secured claims adjacent to Alaska Energy Metals. And they actually had, strong AI approach to scour the earth for the best spots to invest in exploration. And that's when they chose area adjacent right here to what Alaska Energy Metals owns. Kind of crazy. They ended up right beside Alaska Energy Metals. So if you want in, take a look at Alaska Energy Metals, and the share price is a great entry point and on an uptick. And that should attract your attention, like I'm saying, that right there. The fact that these this AI, device, this source, whatever, owned by these billionaires was, used to find this property right next to Alaska Energy Metals. How crazy is that? So now Alaska Energy Metals also owns some other projects, as you can see, the Angliers and Snetsaham. I'm going to say that wrong. Snetsaham? Anyways, they own those projects as well. And tests are in the works to obtain other essential industrial metals like vanadium, iron, and copper. So while you're here for the nickel, stay for the other metals that are added bonus when investing in Alaska Energy Metals. And you can see, like I said, you can just come here at your leisure and scroll down and kind of learn a little bit about what's going on with them. It's definitely worth your time to do a little research and check them out for sure. And that right there was the Angeliers project. We'll go here as well. So now let's talk about nickel a little bit more. I described kind of the uses of nickel early on, but it's also big in the electric vehicles, and we were fighting it, right? We were thinking electric vehicles were not going to take off, but if you're like me, you look around the roads and you see these Teslas everywhere and other vehicles that are, trying to go more battery operated everywhere. So now there's approximately like 29 kilograms of nickel in electric vehicle batteries. And Elon Musk has even noted that their need for nickel, and he worked out a deal with Indonesia for billions of dollars as the demand for electric vehicles and nickel skyrocket. Once those resources begin to run low and cost more, where was somebody like Elon Musk going to go? That's the question, right? Maybe in his own backyard of Alaska, maybe to somebody like this right here. Who knows? But what would happen to Alaska Energy Metals if a deal was worked out with like an Elon Musk for years to come? And in my opinion, I'll give you a little hint. I don't think the stock price will be this low anymore, in my opinion. But that's something to think about and something to look into, right? You really should go ahead and check this company out. Again, I'll have all that information down in the description of the video so that you can check it out on your own. Again, the stock ticker symbol in the OTC markets, AKEMF, and check it out. What's it going to hurt you just to check it out? Watch this video on it real quick and learn more about it. Do some research on the importance of nickel. And look, you can actually see that there's some, metals that you're probably, are in your stack right now. Platinum, palladium, they got a little bit of everything around that area. And we know that Alaska is set up for mining. It's big on that. The government over in Alaska, they're big on mining as part of the income they get for the state. So this is right up their alley. It's not a problem. Anyways, again, in the description of the video, I'll have information so that you can check them out. And of course, I'll have their stock ticker symbol there. And it's probably on the screen too. Let's be honest. You've probably seen it a few times. But check them out. It's worth a look. Alaska Energy Metals. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Spegtacular is out.